Hey guys, there's a lot of focus on product sales and expansion, and one of the easiest ways to grow sales once you've got a successful product line is expansion to EU. A lot of people start on Amazon US. Upside of that is very big sales opportunity. Downside is competition and margins. Often the EU is a lot less competitive and you can get great margins. The downside is the tax and compliance can be a bit more tricky. So today, the 3-step process for increasing sales through EU expansion. So Europe, big opportunity, but at the same time, there's more complexity. When you're going through the Amazon marketplace, the great thing is there's another 400 million customers you're going to open the doors to, which is a big market. But there's also VAT rules, local requirements, and the compliance often a lot more than when you're selling in the US. So with VAT, and we've done this before, so we had our previous business when we were selling in the US, Canada, and Europe. We didn't even focus on the Australian market or any other marketplaces. They're the ones we focused on the most. And for us, the European market was one of the fastest growing. The downside is each EU country has different VAT rules, filing, and thresholds. And because of this, you don't want to miss your deadlines because they are quite, there's a whole bunch of different countries, so you want to stay on time with that. And you don't really want to deal with different tax offices. So what I'd highly recommend is working with a provider. So when your storage is across borders, there's different obligations with the country and you have to set up your VAT. So Hellotax understands the Amazon ecosystem for VAT. So I know Nick at Hellotax, their whole business is around EU compliance, VAT submission, making it super easy for Amazon sellers. So there's one thing about one-stop shop and distance selling. Since Brexit, the rules have changed a lot, which can make it a bit harder. And sometimes there's liabilities you don't know about when you do an export, depending on where your products are in which warehouse. So you really want to stay compliant with the VAT work. So what I'd suggest is reach out to myself. If you're a good fit, I'll pass you on to Nick as well. They pretty much do all your VAT monthly, quarterly statements. And they've even got a dashboard you can go in and see all the status. It's super, super easy. What I'd suggest is, if you're an Amazon seller, look at the European market. Do your analysis first, find out what the competition is there, what the margins are, and it may cost a little bit more to get there because you're probably not used to the process and the different import duties. But generally I find there's higher margins to be made. If you go through, and depending on your product category, but often when you add up the countries of Germany, France, Italy, UK, put those together, you'll probably make the same profitability as on the US. You'll probably sales be lower, but most of the time, about 80% of the time, there's more margins in the EU market. So Hellotax, basically, there's 2 ways to make money on Amazon in terms of growing your sales. There's a few ones, but one simple way is increase the number of SKUs in one marketplace or increase the number of marketplaces. Often when you see someone grow, they roll out a lot of products and they have that cycle. Every 3 months they have a cadence of rolling out products, or you roll it to different marketplaces. We actually work with a client at the moment. They have a really small amount of ASINs. They've got 2 that make up the bulk of the sales, 80% of the sales. But what they've done is they sell in the US and all throughout Europe, and the European margins are really, really strong. So if you're a US seller looking to get to EU, I'd highly recommend it. Pass me on there. Just drop me a note here in the DM or just email me above. I'll put you in contact with Nick, and it makes the process super, super simple. I'd highly recommend it. We did it years ago. We expanded probably 8 years ago to Europe before there was even services like Hellotax around. We had a company back then who did it, but it wasn't super straightforward. But I can tell you it's a really good way to look at growing your sales. Any questions, please drop me a note. Love to help you guys out. Our goal is to help you grow and scale your brand on Amazon, and we're here to help you.